Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster Perfect Stats Guide. So, we are in the basement of the Figaro Castle, and we're about to take on the Tentacle monster, or Tentacles, I guess. I don't know if it's supposed to be one monster, I don't know what's going on here, but either way, here Edgar finally reveals himself to Celes and Sabin, and yeah, not a huge surprise that it is indeed Edgar. But all right, anyways, as far as the boss goes, pretty easy fight here. Really, I just start out with multi-target, really fire attacks. 3 out of the 4 are weak against fire attacks. The one down here on the bottom right, though, that one will absorb fire. And so really what I do here is to just wipe out the other 3, again, using fire attacks. And then I'll swap over to using blizzard attacks for that tentacle. The tentacles will also grab one of your characters and then deal like periodic damage to them as sort of like a... Actually, it looks like it's absorbing the health from, in this case, it's Edgar. But yeah, so the damage here actually ticks pretty quickly. If you just watch Edgar's HP, it drops really, really quickly. So, you know, hitting the tentacle that has that character also will make it release them. Although, I mean, I didn't really focus on that, right? I was just doing multi-target attacks here to get them down. And here, honestly, I should have at least healed Edgar because I think he ends up eating dirt. Yeah, because of course, I think... Oh no, I guess that tentacle slowed him. I thought that it grabbed him, but... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it did grab him. And so, yeah, I mean, look at it. He gets ticked down really quickly there, and boom, dead. So, you know, yeah, it's a little bit rough when they get a hold of your characters, but overall, not too difficult of a fight. Again, I think there's probably a case to be made for focusing on specific tentacles first, just because, you know, by using like a multi-target, let's just say Fira spell, we actually do reduce the damage of each, I guess, well, I should say, of the spell itself. And then on top of that, the fact that the one on the bottom right actually does absorb the damage, it means you're kind of, you know, weakening to the spell to a point where you probably actually do a better damage if you focus on a specific tentacle first. But I don't know, not probably something that we need to micromanage that much. But all right, anyways, so here Edgar obviously revealing himself and kind of explaining his actions here as far as why he didn't kind of, I don't know, give himself away, I suppose. Again, I don't know. There's that point there where he's inside. He's at the inn at South Figaro there, and honestly, I feel like he could have just, you know, kind of let us in on, I guess, what he was thinking and what he was doing. But anyways, minor you know, storyline related criticism there, but. All right, so we've got him back. Again, Edgar is one of my favorite characters. I think tools are the tools command is just amazing, and I put a enhancer on him. I love that weapon, and also there was the hidden soul saber, I believe it's called, in the statue there in the inner part of the throne room. I didn't remember, but the Soul Saber actually randomly casts death as well. So I don't know. I always feel like I want to like that weapon more than I do, but at the end of the day, it's not that great. I suppose there's really no way to really make that weapon much better though, because, you know, basically it casts what is basically osmos. Every time you swing. And the problem, though, with that is that, you know, Osmos can only steal MP up to the point where you've completely refilled your MP. And so, you know, if we're talking about a monster that we're going to try to do like an MP kill on, like Ultima weapon, for instance, you know, it just doesn't end up being better, for instance, for like a rasp, or as opposed to rasp. Rasp just has more potential because it's not capped by, you know, how much MP you're missing, if that makes sense. But again, at least the death aspect of the Soul Saber is a, you know, an added bonus to it. So, you know, I don't know, maybe situational, but I think at the end of the day, I really usually don't use that weapon. Again, I think that, you know, there might be situations where it's kind of cool, but, you know, I'm just trying to think of who I would use that on. Like if we're trying to do an ability, or if we're trying to off somebody by like a, you know, an instant death attack, well, I'm probably using somebody like Locke or Setzer, right? Because they've got some really good instant death type weapons. And, you know, the fact that it, you know, you're not going to be doing HP damage with it. You're going to be doing, you know, well, more about restoring your MP. I don't know. I suppose, like, you know, I'm just trying to think of a scenario where, you know, it's really good, but I don't know. I just, you know, I don't know. It's a tough one. You know, and I think if you're trying to get MP back from an enemy, you probably just want to go with Osmos, because I don't know. It's just you're not gonna miss. Although I don't know if the yeah, I suppose you can probably miss with the Soul Saber, would be my guess. But I don't know. Again, I feel like there's maybe some scenarios where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that made sense to swing it right there, right? But that also means that you have to equip it for that swing, you know, which I don't know. That's just a tough one. Boy, anyways, so we are in Kollingen, and here's this person gives us a hint as to how to recruit Shadow, and so, you know, Shadow is looking for the Ichigeki, and we'll end up betting that in the Colosseum to get him back. And here, this lady here is just depressing. Because she's, you know, basically remembering, and, you know, shows us kind of how the world was prior to the events on the floating continent. So, I don't know. I suppose if you ever want to, like, you know, depress yourself, you can speak with her. But all right, let's head on in here to the bar area, and obviously, so Setzer is here, sitting across from where actually we recruited Shadow quite some time ago. And yeah, so yeah, we're gonna try to convince him to join. I like, though, that he's, you know, he's just kind of really feeling down about everything, which, you know, appropriate. But yeah, he's like, you know, I just can't do that stuff anymore. I'm not interested. You know, my dreams have been crushed, and, you know, I can't really make it these days. But here, of course, Celes, you know, convincing him that, yeah, you know, the old world is gone, but that doesn't mean that you know, we need to stop. And so, yeah, here she says, if you need a dream to chase after, why don't you make a new one, you know, of taking our world back? And, you know, I think that's a great line. And here Setzer responds with another great one. You know, you'd chase after it with me then. And he said, you know, my new dream. I don't know. I just think that's fantastic writing. But yeah, all right. So Setzer brings up, you know, it's time to get some new wings. Which, thank goodness, I love that. You know, we kind of suffer through the world of balance not having an airship, and then, you know, obviously we lose ours for a brief amount of time here for the world of ruin, and you know, it's not long after that we will replace the old Blackjack with a new set of wings. So all right, let's head on in. I'm going to zip through Daryl's tomb very quickly. I will say, so as usual here, I've been trying to avoid getting into any random encounters. I really think that that's a good idea, especially for this next area. The enemies inside Daryl's tomb they're just constantly doing status effects. And I actually like to use the Velt to farm. And, I always find that the formations here in Daryl's Tomb are just extremely annoying. They'll either cast, what is the Marlboro uses, what is it? Is it Sour Mouth in this one, or is it Bad Breath? It's one of the two. They're always, changing that one up. But a lot of nasty status effects, as well as, I think some of these enemies cast Zombie, if I'm remembering correctly. And that one is obnoxious too. So, again, I'm going to try to not get into, or I should say I avoided all of these random encounters here. Save, or quick save, and then just reset. Unfortunately, I know it's a lot of work. But again, I think for reduced frustration when farming on the Velt, I thought it was worth it. So, here's a Genji helm. I think I end up equipping that on somebody at least briefly. Those are really good helmets. They've got great stats. I mean, 36 defense, 38 magic defense. It's tough to find a better helmet with, better base stats than that. But there's the Crystal Mail. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of those. Although, I mean, for this point in the game, they're pretty good. Regal. Was that the Regal Gown? I think that is for Realm. There's the Growth Egg. There's multiple ways to get growth eggs, although I'll be honest, I don't really use more than one at any given time. I tend to level my characters solo, and if so, then sometimes I'll equip a growth egg. Otherwise, I'll just do solo and then go with a I really like the Soul of Thaumasia Celestriad combo, which means no room for a growth egg. So, all right. Anyways, here is the. This is kind of a pointless puzzle because we've already got the rewards. But here, if you interact with all of the different tombstones, and then go up to the one on the upper left-hand corner, I believe it is, or I should say the room on the upper left-hand corner, yeah, of this area, we can carve the letters into this. So we use the bottom option, which is the W, and then world is square. I mean, it's the world square, which I don't know. I always thought was very clever because, Squaresoft made the game, and I think it kind of works on two levels. Square is a developer, and then also the world map is literally a square. So I always thought that was kind of cute. And then there's the hint that the growth egg is in the bottom. What does it say? The third floor or something like that. But yeah. Anyways, a lot of this is just a very simple puzzle about raising the water level and pulling the switches, and again, pretty easy to knock this out. But as always, I'm out of time, so I hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.